5 a.m., he's in the gym. Leave after school, he's in the gym. Every day he's driving, he's somewhere in a gym.
You know, the expectation is always getting to the state championship as a team. You know, we always want to get to that last game to have a chance to get another ring.
Farmville Central boys are the host sites tonight. The Jags starting guards can really play. MJ Williams now in his third year. Senior Tyler Whitehurst in his first. MJ got his 1,000th point recently.
It means a lot, you know, but like I say every interview, I get all my credit to my teammates, you know. A lot of the points came off assists from them and them sharing the ball and moving the ball. They just give me open shots.
MJ Williams is the Jags' leading scorer, averaging 16 points per game.
Wow. Old soul. Even though he's small, young, he's an old man in a young man's body. Somebody who loves and respects the game. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Ever since he was a little bitty boy, he's always had that it, you know. And I know a lot of times you can't say what is it, but he just has a love for people, a love for the game, and when you put those two together, it's just great. It's great.
When did you start playing basketball?
When I was 3, 4 years old. I probably started with my sister, watching her. Cause you know, she went to Red Oak Middle School, the same school I went to. And then she grew up playing in Northern Nash. So every game day we was out there watching her. I feel like my dad introduced the game. My dad introduced the game to me, but she probably helped build the love for the game.
Actually, it was about 4 years old. I was working with his sister, trying to get her interested in it. So she's 9 years older than him. So he would sit on the steps while I'm working with her. And all of a sudden he just started picking up everything that she was learning. He was picking it up. And so she had to have somebody to play against. So she gave it to her little brother.
Did you used to play her one-on-one growing up?
Every day.
She used to bust you? Or?
Every day. And I think that's, to answer your question of who helped that winning spirit, I think it was her. Because we used to play one-on-one. I couldn't go in the house till I won a game. We used to be out there from 6 p.m. to 10, 11 o'clock on the school night until I could win a game. I used to throw the ball, used to get mad, we used to fight, but until I won the game, I couldn't go in. So I think she helped build that grit and that fire to help. You gotta win.
When did you know he was a special player?
Since he was little. He was playing, I know it was a Wilson team, it was the orange and white team. He was throwing little duns off the rip. I was like, that's kind of crazy. And he could handle that thing. I already kind of knew he had it together.
As a young boy, he was probably a little bit more gifted than some of the other kids his age, maybe not his size, but his age. And so he could play, he could dribble, he could shoot. Then he got into the point where he didn't want to be the one only scoring. He wanted to get into passing. So assist was a big thing. He was playing against some big guys, elementary school, and I think you guys had him playing in the 3rd grade, I believe it was. And he's beating 5th, 6th graders. And when I said beating, not just beating them scoring, but mentally understanding the game, getting that open shot, drawing the man to him so he can hit the open teammate. It was probably 3rd or 4th grade.
I know MJ since he was in. My first game was Redo when he was in sixth grade, and I saw a little lefty out there. I didn't know who he was, so I was going to Winston-Salem at the time, and I ended up finding out when I came back home with Winston-Salem State girls basketball team, and I was real cool with Jalea because she was on the girls basketball team, and I found out that was her little brother. So immediately when I came home from California, that's when I locked in with MJ, probably like seventh grade.
A lot of it also came from being around the right people. Um, I can even name you as one of the ones, back in the day when they were in elementary school. Being around people who understood the game, who loved the game, but also respected the game to a point where they wanted to teach them the right way. Um, he's gonna have people like Sprague and Miles, they older brothers, I call them. I mean, they took him at a young age, had him playing against high school kids. He's middle school, 4 feet tall, but he just learned the right competition and how to be competitive, and just learned the game the right way.
If he's not with Sprague or me, he's somewhere in the gym, But he lifts, go to the weight room side with Coach A, and then that transfers to the floor. He'll probably work out with Mia Sprague first, and he'll come back later on, work out again, and then he gets shots up late at night. Probably make about 400, 500.
Definitely a leader. He don't like to BS around either. Especially when he on the court, he like to lock in, just go ahead and get it out of the way and knock stuff out. I think that's the main thing. He first one here and the last one to leave for real.
His attention to detail and his IQ, that's the main thing stand out with MJ. His IQ, he think 3 steps ahead. I can't even say 2. Like, he already got it figured out. He know where the defense gonna be at, what sets they run, because like he doing his homework.
As a player, I just want to become a leader for my guys to look at, like my teammates to look at me as a leader and just lead our team by example and by the mouth.
I mean, the sky's the limit for real. I don't feel like the only thing I would probably say that probably burning him is his height, but it's like that never mattered about that in these shows because he's got heart. Like, he don't like to lose, he don't want to lose, and he's talking the right way to his teammates. Like, he's a leader. Like, he's gonna pick. The way he leads is kind of contagious. How it goes is he's picking people up. You don't find that too many players.
Anybody who get on, it don't matter the level, they gonna get a winner. They're going to get a great teammate, and they're going to get one of the best young men in the world. So I believe wherever he goes, he's going to make a change, and he's going to lead by example. So, and then wherever it go from there, the sky's the limit.
In a couple years, I want to be in college for sure. And then the end goal is to be just making money playing basketball. Whether that's the overseas or different league, I can just make money playing basketball, be doing what I love, I really want to go overseas.
The 5 a.m.s, that's where you're going to see who really want it. Because guys that I asked them, and me and Sprague asked them, like, if you really want to go to college, you got to adapt to that right now. 5 a.m.s, because it's going to happen.
He trained normally about 5. Like, with me, I know it's like normally like 5 days out of the week. So I know from him traveling from Greenwood to Rikers, so I know that's kind of a hassle for him. So we get in whenever we can. As far as like workout wise, like what we do, we start off with ball handling. As we go on from there, we progress. We go into finishes. We go into start form shooting. Then we go into shooting, and then sometimes he start off doing deep threes and stuff like that. That's where you get on half court shots from.
5 a.m. He's in the gym. Leave after school, he's in the gym. Every day he's driving, he's somewhere in a gym. Guy's got a 4.2, 4.3 grade point average, 7th in his class. Made a lot of changes, had to do a lot of sacrifice, but he has a purpose in his mind. And I think he's not going to stop until he reaches those goals. So he's very determined.
I believe MJ is one of the best point guards in the country. You know, he proven it game after game. It don't matter what your name is, like that, what your ranking is. Like you step between them lines, them rankings can't save you, and he know that. So
I always tell him everybody's path is different. Some people's paths are faster. Some you have to go around detours. It's just preparation. Everything that you go through is preparation. Even some of the teams that, yeah, I feel like he could have played on, maybe, summer teams, AU teams. But a lot of what I wanted him to do was actually deal with the struggle, to deal with the adversity, to deal with taking maybe who they think isn't the best elite players and making them competitive. Everything he's been on so far, even come home with the gauntlet. Who thought a little team from here would come home with a gold gauntlet? Championship teams, going to the state. I feel like, again, if he continues to work, keep his focus, keep his mind, keep his heart on the right things. And he's one of those people that don't do a lot of talking. He don't do a lot of showboating out on the court. He just let the score do the final saying. I believe that in the future, that's going to be when we look back at some things like, wow, we kind of felt it. We just didn't know how it's going to happen. But we kind of believe somewhere down the line, his heart's going to be content with some things that happened for him. Right. You got it. Again, when I saw him in 3rd grade, he wasn't traveling with the ball. He wasn't running up down the court. He was playing like he was a 16, 17-year-old player with little kids. Then he was trying to teach them, just get in the corner. Well, make sure you get a layup. Make sure you score. He was preparing all of that. Showed me then I couldn't keep him with that grade level. And then I would have been taking him backwards. I had to push him to play, and people like Coach T, Montrezl Harrell, all those guys Millie, Sprague, all came to the house and said, look, we feel like he can play up. They had him playing 2 and 3 grades up. Yeah, he was at the knees of most guys, but really, he could play the game. He could play good. And from there, we continue to say, we're not going to bring him down. We're going to always play him up.
I believe I'm underrated, but I feel like it's a lot that goes into that. I mean, because you can look over me. My height, I feel like the height plays a huge part of that, just the stature. But I believe if you're good enough, they'll find you. So, not really underrated, just not the right people seeing me yet.